Okay, so this video is to make the very top part of the back, but as I was watching that other video, I thought that there might be a problem. So we're going to check to see if there's a problem here. So the first thing we do is we turn off the cushion. And then we're going to take a look and see if there's a gap here. So there is an air gap. So remember that problem that we had before with the upright. So we still have that problem. So let's try to solve it in a different way, because I'm supposed to be teaching you how to do stuff. So let's cancel, or actually let's go into edit. So we're going to edit this extrude. So hit escape a couple times, go into edit feature. So you've got a bunch of different options in edit. So if I go to offset, or if I go to profile or object, let's do two directions. So we don't want it to be symmetrical, but let's go two directions. So what happens then is it gives you basically two options. So there's this one. Let's see if it shows you which way. So I want to go, it's already selected all 5 of them. So I'm going to go to object, and maybe that's this one here. So to object, and we're going to click on here. So I don't know if that's going to work or not, but and then when we zoom up here, we're already to object. You can also go to the object and then offset it as well. So let's try something ridiculous like 10. So that goes up higher. So if you went -10, that would be lower. So let's do positive, and let's go up higher. So let's say that we're going to actually embed them in the upper part. So we're going to go 20. So that would be that whatever we stick on the top as far as wood goes, it's going to be that plus. So now we've got an object down here, and we select the object as this base, and let's just keep that one. We could turn off the base, and then we could have that one go 15 too. So now because it's going a different direction, let's try 20. So it's giving me a warning. It doesn't like that. And I tried negative. So if you take a look now, because we turned the base off, it's not a cut. It's going to extend those. So it's hit escape. So it's basically two-sided, but it's not symmetrical. The first object is the top of these uprights, and then we had it go further, so an offset of a positive 20. And there's no taper. We could put a taper, I don't know. That would be like if you wanted to make it like a sharpened pencil or whatever. And then this part is the second object. So we had the object there to select it, which was the base, but then we turned that object off, and then we increased it. Now the first I gave it a positive dimension, but because that was a very short distance from the objects that we selected, it gave me an error warning. So then when I put negative, it actually succeeded. So let's just go with a new body, and then we're going to click OK. So when we do put this object base back on, there is going to be some issues with those dowels are going to be right stuck in the wood, and we can actually use that as a tool to cut those holes, but whoever's making this chair, they're going to have to worry about that. Okay, so that was one of the things that I thought of when I was finished and watching the video. So let's put the cushion back on to give it a full effect, and we'll really start doing the back of the chair now. So to draw this properly, I would think that we're going to do a sketch on the front face of this, and then we're going to zoom out. Okay, and then we're going to turn our objects off, but before that, let's create a projection so that we have these objects. So we're just going to select all of them, and then we're going to turn them off, I guess. So we'll go click OK, and then we can turn the round supports off, and we can turn the uppers off. Okay, so that puts us in a good situation for drawing it, and maybe we want to start off with just your standard box. So what is that? It's 300 across, and we'll just go up. The more we have space, the more we can do fancy things. So let's go to 80, and we'll keep it at 300. And so that's our sketch. If you wanted to just finish that, you could just click OK, and you could turn your two uppers on. So your upper this and upper that, and we could extrude it if we wanted to. We want to probably select these things. Whoop. And then we could push it back. So if you just wanted to do it quick and dirty, hit escape. You can go to, let's go to object, and you can click the backs, and then that would finish it, and you could just put a fillet on that if you wanted to. I'm going to cancel out of that because of course that would be too easy. And let's do an offset. So we're going to go to the sketch, we hit escape, we're going to do a right click on the sketch. So we're back in. So we're going to do an offset, but we're not going to chain. So if I grab this offset, it grabs everything. So we're going to uncheck the chain command, and we're just going to click the parts that we want offset. And then we're going to move it. So that's in the way. So I'm going to hit the pan, we're going to go up, and we're going to hit escape to get out of the move command, and we're going to drag it out. So let's see what looks good. Let's go 20. Okay, so that's what we really want, and so then we can just connect them. Okay, so now we could extrude it. So let's say we're going to finish it. We're going to hit extrude. We're going to select all of them, even the little ones here. And we're going to go two directions. So we're going to go to, so this one will go out, I don't know, 10 mils. We're going to rotate around. We'll grab the other ones. And we're going to make it kind of chunky, and there's a reason for that. So we're going to click OK. And it's thinking. Hit escape, click OK. Now I don't want it to join, I want it to create a component. And I want to click OK. Okay, so why did I make it chunky? The chunkiness is because I want to actually create a sketch on the top corners. So we're going to go on here, and we're going to do that arc thing again. Hopefully we're not going to be so long in it, because your back is essentially round, right? So we could go inward. So this is the essence that we want, is to have some sort of angle. If we wanted it to follow that line below, we could sort of click on those objects below. So if you, let's say that you wanted to do that. So what we would do is we would turn off this new component, and we would create a projection. So we grab this thing and that thing. If we could grab that line, let's see if we can grab that line. That would be a nice line, or even even this line. So when you're doing your projection, you just grab whatever lines you can and then you click OK. So now when you turn that object back on, which is the uppers and that, you have the ability to grab those things, I guess. Let's see if we can draw on them. So we're going to go to arc, and it looks like this is going to be our best arc. Okay. So now if we could continue that line, let's see if we'll allow it to extend an arc. And it does let us allow. Okay. So now I probably would guess that. So if you extend this down, what's going to happen is that you're going to be very close to those wooden dowels, which would make your chair weak. So we're going to try an offset of this arc. And we're just going to bring it in a little bit. So let's go 5, -5. Okay, so we've got that. And we're going to make this construction line. We're going to see if we can trim this. We can. And if we want to, we can continue on these lines here. And the question is, are we going to be able to extrude that down? So we're going to go to the side. We're going to hit extrude and we're going to see if we can push that down. So the distance, it seems to be, is like 100. And now we've got a little bit of meat here, so it's not going to be totally weak. Hit escape. We're going to click OK. So that is pretty good. If you want to, you can go and start filleting everything. So if you click on fillet, you can fillet the top and the bottom. You can fillet all these harsh edges. You can even fillet that, I think. Now the good thing with fillet is you can select through an object because it kind of has an idea of what you want. So there's a line right down here, and it allows you to select it. If you can't, you can always orbit around. So we've only lost the back. So one touch, and now I can just push, and we can make that round. So that's a 10 mil fillet. And we hit escape, and we click OK, and that's our object. Okay, and the only thing we have to do is name that. So let's go to rename, and we're going to call that upper top. Enter. And of course we'll want to make it the same color. So we'll go to appearance, and we'll grab our cherry and we'll put it on there. So I think that gives you basically the. So we're going to turn our sketches off just so, and our origins off, and that way we can get a full effect of our chair. So this one's even more difficult than the other one. I still have the other one open, so you can sort of see that I did fillet it, but this one's even more elaborate. Now if you wanted to, you could take a pattern and inlay it there to even make it more fancy, but for the sake of this video I think that's enough. Okay, good luck.